If you're wanting a Fox body this year, right now, it's probably the time to get it. Fox bodies for the longest time have been like a penny stock, right? Something you could buy like really cheap. You could buy them, sell them, trade them, no big deal, right? No harm, no foul. Well, things are starting to change with these cars. Back in the day, you could buy these cars for, $3,500 was always like the rule of thumb down here. $4,500 to $5,500 would get you a really clean car that you'd be proud of. Now these prices stayed like that for, God, probably 10 or 12 years, it seems. So think of it this way. The prices would go up and then come down. Go up and come down. They've always done that. There's nothing new there. All cars do that and they always will. But this is the key though. As they go up, when they come back down, they never fall back to that number that they once were. Meaning, if you could buy a nice clean Fox body for $3,500 and the price goes up, when it comes back down, it's not gonna be $3,500 again. It might be $3,800. The world has taken notice of the Fox body. Not everybody likes them. They're a dated car, sure, but they are a classic. And I don't care what anybody says, these things are the next 65 Mustang, 69 Camaro. You can say what you want to. I truly believe it because there's so many of them out there, right? Look, you got Ken Block. He's got a Fox body now. You got a bunch of different celebrities. You got obviously Vanilla Ice and all these people who have these cars. And there's so many Fox body channels popping up right now. But with that being said, not everybody is hip to the price changes, meaning there's always going to be some of these cars sitting in somebody's backyard that you can get kind of cheap. Problem is finding those cars. This is the thing you need to remember. More than likely, if you're shopping online looking for a car, chances are the people who are selling them know what these cars are going for. I mean, they're on the internet, they're going to see, they know, they're going to do their research before they sell these cars. So if you're looking for one and maybe you got the cash, but you're not quite sure, maybe you want to wait, you need to do it now, especially this time of year. This is the best time of year to go ahead and buy a car during the winter. You wait till spring or summer and the prices are going to go through the roof. They're always on Mecum, they're on Barrett Jackson. These cars are just, people are starting to take notice of them, I guess. So yeah, these cars were a dime a dozen back in the day. And sure, you might know Joe Blow down the road that's got one that he'll sell for $1,500. Well, you better go get that car because Joe Blow is far and few between, I can promise you, in the Fox body world. So go ahead and pick one of these up if you can. Now, there was a time when these cars over here, back in the 80s and 90s, I'm not gonna say people gave them away, but you could find one of these things, nice clean cars for like $3,500. Ask me how I know. I'm telling you. New technology was starting to come out in the early 2000s and these cars got left on the back burner. Same with these cars right here. They've been left on the back burner, but now, guess what? You can put any power plant you want in these things. Nowadays, people are taking Coyotes. If you guys don't know, check out Foxcast Media on YouTube. I'm sure you guys already know. They put Coyotes in these cars all the time. Guys, you get the drivability of a newer car with the looks of an older car. So I think that's just awesome. Fox bodies are so versatile. For one thing, you've got so many different types of Fox bodies. You've got obviously your GT, Cobra style. My car is actually an LX. So this car is an LX hatchback. Looked nothing like this whenever I first started on this thing. So there's you an option there. You can buy an LX hatchback and you can do anything you want to it. You can turn it into a bunch of different things. Also, you've got your notchbacks. You can get the notchbacks, luckily, in 4-cylinder cars. Now, they're still going to be expensive, no doubt, but they're not going to be as expensive as a 5.0 car, a V8 car. So if you do find yourself a 4-cylinder notchback, like I've said in so many of my other videos, you can do whatever you want to with that thing. You can put the old pushrod 5.0 in it out of something else. I'm sure you can find one pretty cheap. Or you can put a new 5.0, like a Coyote engine, or God forbid, the sacrilegious LS swap. But people do it, so who am I to judge? I wouldn't do it to my car, but if you guys want to do it, go right ahead, be my guest. You can buy one of these. Let's say that you find yourself a nice LX 4-cylinder car, right? A hatchback 4-cylinder. You can pick those things up still pretty cheap, reasonable even today. So let's say you want to go ahead and put the 302 back in it, but man, those things are expensive, right? Where do you even get one from? Honestly, anywhere. One of the best engines that you can put in this car is going to be out of an Explorer. So on top of that, you get the GT40 heads, GT40 intake, and all of that. Guys, these things are dirt cheap. Trust me guys, if you don't believe me, call your local salvage yard. Ask them how much they want for a 302 out of an Explorer, complete running engine. You'd probably be surprised. And like I said, you get the good heads and you get all of that. You can make some decent power. Guys, you got options of going carbureted if you want to with these things. The point is, pick one up now if you want one. Don't procrastinate. Don't sit around because the prices are just going up. This is no longer a penny stock. Guys, we're getting into Disney, Apple stock, working its way up to Tesla stock, if you know what I mean. Even if popularity starts to go down on these cars, don't expect the prices to plummet. They're just not. They have a special place in so many people's hearts. Think back when you were a kid. Maybe you were a teenager in high school. Maybe your uncle had one. Maybe the guy down the road had one. The old 5.0. You could hear them coming a mile away. It does something to you. It's a lasting impression. I promise you, all of you guys have got a story. You remember that 5.0 Mustang that used to sound so good. You want to relive those days? You want to be that guy? Now's the time to go pick one up. It's something that can't be explained. There's something that is special about these cars. If you've never ridden in one and you've never driven one, you've got to do it. They come in so many different shapes, flavors. You got the 4i cars, the Aero cars, you've got the coupe, the hatchback. I promise you, buy one of these things, do whatever you want to it. You can carburate it, you can fuel inject it, you can put a new engine in it, whatever the case may be. Every part of these cars is available, down to every screw, nut, bolt, everything is available for these cars. This honestly is kind of a timeless look. People say all the time that the interiors on these cars are trash and they fall apart. They're not that bad. Compare it to a 3rd gen Camaro. I've been around those cars too. Trust me, the FOXBODY is better put together than 3rd gen Camaro. And that's not knocking those cars because they're next on the list. They will be coming up in price, especially like the IROCs and the TAs and stuff like that. But the FOXBODY really is the car that withstood the test of time. It's the one that came out on top, and it's the one that will hold its value. So trust me on that, guys. Oh yeah, and one other thing, nothing else sounds like that. Any FOXBODY guy knows that sound. I could hear that in a parking lot and immediately tell you that's a FOXBODY Mustang. These are some of the most unique cars you'll ever run across. They sound different. They feel different. They're just awesome. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead, wrap this video up. And as always, thanks for watching.